What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be just going through two firearms that I think are absolutely awesome for everyday carry, have a lot going for them, and just have a lot of cool features, and we're just going to go through the controls and the functions and different things that they have that I like about them, and just go through them. First off is going to be the Canik Mete MC9. In my opinion, this had more of a wave of hype, like a lot of more people got behind it and made videos on it right away. A lot of influencers dropped on the same day. And there was also a lot of talk ever since SHOT Show when they mentioned that they were making a Micro 9. And I even made a video before they dropped anything or told anyone. I said Canik is coming out with one. And it was really funny because I put out the picture of what it looked like because someone secretly got the Canik Micro 9. And actually it looked spot on with the FN Reflex now that we know. But this is honestly what we thought we were getting from Canik. It's really funny. You can look up the video on my channel. But like it was like we had inside info and it was completely wrong. Even though they did end up dropping the Micro 9, it looked completely different. It was really funny. But it ended up looking sort of like the FN Reflex, sort of like the Hellcat over there. But the controls on the Canik MC9. So this firearm, I really liked it. This was going to be my summertime carry this summer. I like how it's similar in size to a Glock 26, a little bigger than my Hellcat. Just somewhere in that sweet spot that I really like. Everything functioned fine except for the mag release. It does not release the mag. Now, is that a big deal? No, because you can just rip it out. It is what it is, right? Chances are you'll never need a mag reload, anything like that. But it doesn't matter if I take all the pressure off of it and just use my thumb. That's straight down, and it's not going anywhere. So that is the one control on this that doesn't work very well. The other control is just racking that slide. Has a little bit of rubbing, and I get that you can fix that with probably some more oil. I probably haven't taken care of this thing that well recently, but there is a little bit of grit. There's some rubbing. It is what it is, but got up to around 730, 750 rounds. Started having malfunctions. Got really discouraged because I really like this thing. It has a decent finish on it. It's much better than a Canik. It's better than a SIG. Has a rail on it. The controls just work great, right? Slide stop. Good as a slide release as you're gonna get, especially on a carry firearm. And it's very low profile. It's very snag free. Takes down like a Glock, very easy. Has some good texturing on it. You don't need grips on it. Good ergonomics. You can swap out the back plate. This is a 12+1 setup right here. Like I said, in that sweet spot size of a firearm. Very similar to my Glock 26, but still it's going to be a little thicker in every dimension than something like my Hellcat. So it's just like that perfect spot between the two firearms that I love the most. So I was very excited for this. Sights, awesome. You know, just metal sights. U-notch rear, textured. You know, just a good overall firearm. And then, of course, there's that trigger, right? That trigger that is absolutely amazing, right? This is fine for a first trigger pull, especially a self-defense firearm, right? Now, reset is where it really gets you. It is so crisp. I mean, it has a beautiful reset, especially for a self-defense. For this thing, it is a sweet shooter. If you shoot this thing fast, you'll realize how fast it really can be. The one downside I don't like is this wouldn't be a winter carry for me because that trigger guard's too small. With a gloved mag-pulled finger, or a mag-pulled gloved finger, I'm not going to be able to get that in there without compressing the trigger a little bit, and that would make me nervous in a self-defense encounter and stuff like that. If I can't get my finger in there properly, or you know whatever the case may be, I don't want anything to accidentally go off. So this would be a summertime carry or a little bit warmer time carry, but a great option. I just wish they would have made this a little bit bigger. Nothing wrong with that. Also, the recoil is very, very low on this. They have such a large slide with a lot of the weight is up here. Therefore, when you're shooting it, you really notice that this handles the recoil really well and the muzzle flip really well. So, great firearm. Absolutely love it. Just wish mine was reliable. That's literally the only downside. I can deal with the mag release problem. Hey, I got it. I can deal with that. But when it comes to reliability, that's something that's got to be there. Next up is the FN Reflex. Now, I don't have as many rounds for this. I have about a fifth of the rounds that I do through my Canik through this FN Reflex, but so far I absolutely love it. This thing has just been a game changer for me. This is going to my carry rotation once I put a couple hundred more rounds through it. Let's just go through it. Texturing, on point. It's just good FN texturing. You probably don't need any grips for it. Launches that mag. I mean, throws that mag. Even upward, it's going to throw that mag out, so you're going to never have issues with that. They use great quality magazines. I mean, cannot complain. The finish on the FDE isn't the greatest, I'm not going to lie. But so we'll see how that holds up. That'll just be a test. It is what it is, but I like the way it looked. Really think it looks nice, but it isn't the best overall finish. You can just tell. It does come with a rail and a small firearm. Slide stop works perfectly, but as a slide release, it's going to be a little stiff, right? And it's going to be nothing like the Canik. The Canik slides like butter. So for someone who uses it, they may not like it as much. See what I'm saying? But for someone who slingshots like I do, then you're not going to ever have to worry about that, and I'm sure it'll break in with more rounds and stuff like that. Awesome 3-dot night sights, and you got that orange front. Absolutely love this sight setup. It's beautiful. It's got good serrations, nothing special about them. You don't need anything special when it comes to serrations. Basically everything, the takedown functions much better than my FN 503. Trust me, the 503 was just a pain in the butt to take down. Gave you so many issues. When you'd eject the mag, an extra round would come out, but that's just because their magazines were so good. They went with different mags for the FN Reflex. And also, oh yeah, before we get going, this is hammer fired. I forgot to say that as well. But here's this trigger real quick, right? Check this out. Oh yeah, we were talking about my 503. The takedown was a pain in the butt. First of all, you'd lose a round from your magazine, so you'd have to throw that in your magazine. Then you'd have to remove the round from the chamber, obviously, which you would do anyways. But then after that, it was like that pin never wanted to come free. It was just the hardest pin to get back in and take out, and it was just a pain in the butt. I wanted something a little easier, and obviously this Reflex, they took that in mind. But anyways, trigger pull, I mean, so crisp. It's super light. Like, it's lighter than the Canik, but it's just a different trigger. That's reset, which I have no problem. See, my FN 503 had a longer reset like that, but I thought that was perfect for self-defense. You don't need a super short reset. You just need to learn your firearm really well. Both of them, great options. Both carry concealed firearms that can take larger magazines. Like this has a 15-round magazine in it right now. This can use a 15-round mag, and it can also use all these other firearms mags, but like other Canik mags and stuff like that. Two great options. This was $4.99 for the optics, no optics ready, which is fine with me because I don't plan on running optics on it. I was fine with saving $100, and this was like $4.25, $4.50, somewhere in there. It does have an optics, but once again, reliability. FN is one of the most trusted and well-known firearm brands. It's actually battle-tested, has been used in wars and stuff like that, so I definitely trust my FNs. And I love my FN 503. I've had the best experience with it. Even though it's a 6+1 or an 8+1 single stack, that thing lasted me 3.5 years in the pocket, not a single issue. Still no issues to this day. Absolutely loved it. So that's my little breakdown between the Canik Mete MC9 and the FN Reflex. I think the Reflex doesn't get as much love as it should because FN is always late to the game. But then they always come with a showstopper that just sort of gets swept into the corner. They always come with a firearm that's an absolute beast. It was worth the years of waiting. But then it's swept away and called late. So it is what it is. I just want to show some love to the Reflex. Great firearm. If your Canik runs, great firearm as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.